In 2014, the Lego Movie came out. And this means that it's been 7 years since we first heard Everything is Awesome. And 7 years since Emmett found the piece of resistance and Wildstyle told him this.
Will you please tell me what is happening?
I'm rescuing you, sir. You're the one the prophecy spoke of. You're the special.
Me?
You found the piece of resistance, and the prophecy states that you're the most important, most talented, most interesting, and most extraordinary person in the universe. That's you, right?
Yes. That's me.
Now you can tell by the look on his face that Emmett doesn't really believe her. Emmett doesn't really believe that he is the most important, talented, interesting, extraordinary person in the universe. Would you? If somebody walked up to you and told you that somebody you'd never met before said, you are the most important, talented, interesting, extraordinary person in the universe, would you believe them? I don't think that I would. But here's the thing. That's actually an understatement. One of the things that we read from the beginning of the book of Genesis is the fact that we are created in the image and the likeness of God. Now, the Catechism tries to explain this to us by saying, of all visible creatures, only man is able to know and love his Creator. He is the only creature on earth that God has willed for its own sake, and he alone is called to share by knowledge and love in God's own life. God created you for your own sake. Because from God's perspective, it is very good that you exist. And not only is it very good that you exist, it's very good that every other person around you exists. And it's kind of easy to almost sort of say, well, then what does that mean? Then you're saying that I'm not special. No. St. Augustine says that God loves each of us as if there was only one of us. It's not just a question of God loving the whole world, which he does, but of God loving specifically you. So you're being created in the image of God. Like I said, gives you this capacity for love. But it's also this fact that you yourself are loved. And so the question becomes, how do you respond to that? How do you act on that? What God has to say about you should impact what you see when you look at yourself in the mirror. Because God is seeing somebody who is in fact important, who is in fact talented, who is in fact interesting and extraordinary. Whether you see it or not doesn't change the fact that it's true. But the reality is that God also wants you to see that goodness, that dignity, that value in those around you. And the people you find the easiest to love, and the people you have the hardest time with, because they too are made in the image of God. And so are people you've never met before, people you've never encountered. These are people who are also made in God's image and God's likeness. And so you start to understand what comes behind love your neighbor as yourself. Learn to see the value of every human life, including your own. I thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions or suggestions for a future topic, jump into the contact page at mikeisthird.com and send me a message. In the meantime, God bless you all.